Time to do a press conference, to be honest with you, because the team has played their tail off for all 9 games, and I don't feel very good about what happened today. I didn't like the way we did some things that are staples of our program. We've gone a year. We keep track. We've gone a year without missing a free throw cutout. We had 4 of them today, and one led to a 3. 2 others led to baskets. So as good as Carson played, in some ways, had a career day, but there were coverages that we just didn't do, and those are effort-related and intelligence-related, not skill-related. And that stuff bothers me, so that means I didn't do a good enough job getting it through. I give Duke, before I go off on us, because I ain't happy about us, but I have a lot of respect for John and the job he's done, and it's why we can't beat him. He always has a superstar that he can go to, and he had 2 points the first half and 16 the second half, and including getting 3 of the 4 missed free throws, which is disgusting and ridiculous. And but his team, we thought it would be Boozer and Evans, and we said, and don't sleep on Foster. Since 2 years ago, he killed us by himself. And it was Boozer and Foster, and Evans made the big 3 and the 3-point, the foul shot that we had gone over and over and over and over, because that's how they beat Florida the other day. So that falls on me. I'm not doing a good enough job, because you can go over and over and over it, and if it doesn't get done, I got good kids. It's probably my fault. You have 5 turnovers in a game. They had 8. It was a game that was played very well in that respect. We got out-rebounded, which doesn't happen very often, by 1. 13 offensive boards. They had 10 offensive boards, 4 of them on a free throw. Damn free throw cutout. Jeez. The way they started out the game, because we didn't guard our coverage right, they hit 4 threes right off the bat, ended up with 9. We had 8. We just couldn't make some shots, and I didn't think we did a good enough job, even though Jackson made some threes. It took him out of the paint, and we felt we could go inside on him instead of shooting fall-aways and go right at him. And so I got to do a better job of that. So I'll open up for questions, but I thought there were a couple of bad calls. The dunk, the travel, one is a 3, and one was critical play on Coop. I mean, that's not good either. So, but I think the respect I have for Duke, for John, for his program, for Boozer, how calm he was, didn't seem to bother him, that he didn't get any shots the first half. That tells you a lot about their program and about the players in that program. And so for that, I will learn from it, and hopefully if I get another chance, do a better job. Questions?
Tom, I'm wondering, after Jordan hits those 2 threes, they switched to a bit of a zone, and you guys struggled against that. I'm wondering, not just with that, that finish from the shooting standpoint, but also how Jackson obviously kind of precipitated that by hitting outside. He said they switched a little bit because of what he was doing.
Yeah, they went zone. They played this much of it all year. And give them credit, they went zone, and we didn't make plays. But I just did not think we did the things we'd worked on in a zone, and that's moving the ball, getting it inside and out. Like I said, if players don't do the things they don't do, it's got to be the coach's fault, because he didn't get it through to them. And so I take full responsibility for that. And I'll make damn sure that doesn't happen again, because we did not move the ball very well. We did not get the ball inside out. And more so than the missed shots. I mean, they missed a lot of shots too. They just missed some free throws and went and got it. And we had 13 offensive boards. I think what's going to bother me is I think there were a couple of key plays that ended up changing the game. We were 5 up, and and another thing, that's my fault. So let's put a list together, because I like when I get criticized a lot. I don't like when I do it myself, because that really bothers me. But we tried to play Cam, and the poor kid is, he's hardly practiced, and Boozer hit that one big three at the top of the key, and we just, he felt worse than I did. And we just felt like we had to give some guys a rest, and he probably wasn't ready, and so that's not his fault. That's ours. I believe in the kid. I think he's tough enough to get through it, but we made a couple of mistakes on that too.
Tom, over here on your left. You obviously talked about needing to get more out of the two guard basically all season. Today, you're starting backcourts over 15 from the floor. Is that just too much? Is that a lot just missing?
Well, Jeremy was
shots?
0 for 10, and to be honest with you, he missed 2 layups at the end. I thought Jeremy, to be honest with you, played really well. He played really well defensively. He missed some shots. He missed a couple open shots. I did not like the runners he took. I wish he would have just pulled up and shot them. But, he missed the 2 layups at the end. That didn't matter. So all of a sudden you go from 0 for 8 to 0 for 10. The other guys, I thought we had some good looks for Kerr early. Just missed them. There'll be some juggling. We'll have a quarterback controversy. Because what you do is you give people an opportunity and a chance, and yet sooner or later you got to step up. And I thought, in Jordan, he stepped up because he plays so hard. He was shooting the worst of all of them, but he just plays so hard, he gets things done. So who knows? But yeah, you can't win a game. We were in the game because our crowd was unbelievable. So for Megan, LaRonda, all of our people that did an incredible job, our students, place was special today. I don't know what it was like where you were from, but where I was from, it was special. And I greatly appreciate that. I wish we could have given them a win, but they did their job. That's why we're in the game, Our defense was pretty good, other than some coverages, mistakes. And our rebounding was pretty good, other than some critical ones in the second half when I think we got tired because Cam's a guy that's got to play 15, 18, 20 minutes a game, and we just couldn't do that. And, he missed a couple layups, and he's got a cast on his hands, so that's not his fault. It's just the way it worked today.
Tom, I think it was around the under 12, you were up 5 points, and then Boozer hits that layup and the 3. I think you mentioned that with Cam, but I'm wondering, is that the first time you've seen this group come out on the wrong end of those turning points this season? Because it feels like, for the most part, you've been coming out on the right side of those.
Well, we played the best team we've played, with the best player we've played, for sure. And a very good coach. Give him credit. He learned from the best. And so, there's been a lot of games that we played against Duke that we lost in the last 3 minutes. So somebody's doing a hell of a lot better job than I'm doing on that. But I don't think, I just didn't think we had it in that little stretch. And that stretch, when you're 5 up, if you get one more bucket, the crowd really gets into it. And they were tired too. I thought they were tired. And I thought we could have ran them more. We just had some strange lineups in there because of guys not playing as well. So we'll get better. We proved that we can play with anybody. I think that's, I think defensively can be an elite team. I think we showed that, Duke is really good. I told you guys about some of the other teams. I said, keep your eye on some teams that have had 1 million transfers and all that. Some it'll work for, some it won't work for. I watched some of the Gonzaga game last night, and it just, that's why I'm trying to keep my composure on where we are yet. I told you it'll be the middle of December. It'll still be the middle of December before I anoint anybody, to be very honest with you. But it was just a shame that we didn't find a way to get some little things done, but it was impressive the way they found a way to get the little things done.
Tom, I wanted to ask about late in the game there. Jeremy misses that floater in the paint. Boozer grabs it, and on the other end, they get the foul to hit the 3 free throws. What did you see in that moment with your team and the foul call?
Oh, the foul call was right then. There were a couple other ones that I thought were ridiculous. And I'm not blaming the officials, but ridiculous. Cooper's was ridiculous. The travel they hit a 3-on was ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. It didn't cost us the game. It's ridiculous to let somebody go in there 3-4 times. Boozer is a man, and he just he missed shots, and that's what we said. Sometimes his best shot is the missed shot, because he goes from missing a short one to getting a rebound and laying it in, and he did that very well. The killer was the 3 he hit, and we just didn't guard it. We were just, like I said, Cam hasn't practiced much, and probably my fault on that, but we just gave him a shot. Now it was a NBA 3, but that's what great players do, and he did that, so give him credit.
Tom, I got 2 for you here. First of all, there's a difference between a discouraging loss and a frustrating loss, and I'm wondering where with this seemed more frustrating, and I'm wondering at what point you realized this. You just said we prove we can play with anybody. What point you trust that exists within this team, and does that change your expectations for them night in and night out the rest of the way?
What were the 2 words?
Frustrating and discouraging being different.
Is pissed off in there? No?
Can be.
Yeah, I'd go to that one first. I really mean that. Discouraging, because I didn't think we did the things. I had some key guys that didn't do things that they have done for 2 and 3 years. And I can't be discouraged about the missed shots, because we're not a great shooting team. Now I think we're a better shooting team than we shot, but we missed some how many layups did we miss? When Jeremy got 2 at the end, poor Cam had those 2 just little reverses, right? Coop, Cohen. God, guys, if you hit 5 of those layups, and I'm not saying they were all easy, but I'd say 4 of them you have to make if you're going to win those kind of games. They made some tough shots too. So I'm discouraged, because I think our fans, today was supposed to be a special day, and it was in every way except the win. And I think they deserve it. I thought our team needed to find a way to win a game like that, to maybe figure out how good they are. I thought early we looked like a team that didn't feel good about us. That's what I was most disappointed about. But I'm encouraged, because we're 8-1, played a monster schedule. We've overcome some average shooting. My point guard is getting better and better every day. Coop had a monster game as far as a lot of those things. Jackson played pretty well. One of our freshmen really played better. I think we got a chance to be really good. Our margin for error, and this is what we've said all along, our margin for error is slim. So you can't miss free throw cutouts. And those of you that come once in a while and actually watch a practice instead of just sit up there and be on Twitter, we work on it a lot. And every game day, or the night before in this case, last night, practice ended, my staff said we forgot free throw cutouts, because I usually do them day of again. So we stopped and we did it, and talked about it. And that's unexcusable. I don't care if parents are mad at me. I don't care if media is mad at me. I don't care if my wife's mad at me. And the worst part is I'm mad at me, because I didn't get that done, and it cost us. And, give them credit, though. I sound like I'm not giving them credit. The job John's done, I'm in awe of. Most people don't want to follow a legend. He followed an icon, and he's done a hell of a job.
Let me ask you also about Jordan. Scott a little more. Just you talk about how hard he plays. I'm wondering what you're seeing beyond that makes him sort of fit for the big moments to play down the stretch with the other main four and everything.
High basketball IQ. Very good shooter. Just hasn't shot well this year. Very good shooter. I told you he reminded me of Max Christie, who struggled his first year shooting the ball, but he's a really good shooter. But he's got length, and he understands, and if you tell him what to do, he does a damn good job of it. He just needs experience now, and he's getting it.
All right, we got three more. We'll go to Sean, Oren, and Chris here.
Right here, Coach. You made some mentions of some things that obviously were a little bit disappointing and what have you, the free throw cutouts, things like that. What were some of the things that you saw that maybe went a little bit better than what you had probably anticipated or expected, kind of up to speed or beyond?
It's an illegal moment that the media is trying to tell me to find something good, so I appreciate it, but it's kind of illegal. You guys aren't allowed to do that. But I felt like we competed. We did not compete as intelligently, but we did compete. I felt like, we had our moments when we moved the ball offensively, got some lobs. We executed coming out of the second half. First couple of plays, we really executed well. I thought we did a great job of that. I mean, we went toe-to-toe with one of the top 2 or 3 best teams in the country. And I think they are, because they just got a guy you can go to at any time. And, you can go to him at half court, top of the key, on the block. You can go to him to score it. You can go to him to pass it. I mean, he, to me, Doug Wojcik had the scout, and he said, what he was most impressed about Boozer was he's not going to beat himself. He's under such control, and he does such a good job. And, I enjoyed watching him as much as most people I've seen at Duke, and I've seen a lot of good ones. But just his whole demeanor, and maybe it's his bloodlines with his dad, and maybe it's John's doing a hell of a job, and maybe the kid is just a special player. But when he can beat you with the pass, the dribble, the rebound, and the three-point shot, there aren't many guys that we've ever played against. And, I mean, Coop, he had 2 points at halftime. Our defense did a damn good job. We really did. Our game plan was not to double because he's such a good passer. When we did a couple times, it cost us, but I thought we executed that really well. The second half, it was the missed free throws and the missed shots. I mean, he hits a 3. He's a good player. But the second shots are the ones you hope he doesn't get. So I thought we did a good job on him. I mean, he's 6, 8, 10 points below his average. But we didn't do those little things that everybody talks about that nobody sees that could have won us the game.
You mentioned about Jeremy's ascent as a point guard. There was a point where I think he had 11 assists real early and looked like he was in full control of the game. I'm wondering about when they did switch to a zone with a point guard, how does that affect the point guard at that point?
I don't think that affected Jeremy at all. I think Jeremy got a little tired. I had to play him to death. I think he got a little tired, to be honest with you. But listen, I sat in here last year, and everybody knows, criticized some things he did. And he didn't shoot it well, but I am really proud. He was so good again in the huddles. He was asking me questions and suggesting things that worked, and he's starting to really see the game. So, listen, I'll watch the film. We had some guys play better than I gave them credit for. There'll be a couple played worse than I give them credit for. There'll be some things I'll look at me. There'll be some things I'll look at the official. We just don't have a big margin for error. And so when those little things happen, we have to make sure that our margin for error isn't on a missed free throw. And we got to make our free throws. Cohen's been shooting really well, struggled from the line. It didn't take much to change that game, and so Jeremy will continue to get better. We're going to get better.
One final one.
Coach, there was a play in the second half. Trey Fort got a rebound, started pushing it up court on the right side. Looked like he was trying to push the pace a little bit. I think he saw something on the left side. And then Jeremy Fears kind of got in his way. You ended up calling a timeout. What are your thoughts on that? What's the protocol? Should he have been allowed to initiate the offense, or should he be deferred to Fears a little sooner on that?
Allowed to. What a great question. Sorry. Allowed to. Jeremy did the right thing because we wanted a timeout. And that's why he called it. So, in all honesty, Jeremy did do the right thing. I mean, if it was normally during the game, do you know what Trey can do? You seen him much? So to me, that's not a great question, because you're implying that we're not giving him the freedom to do what he wants. If he could do that, I would probably let him do that. So if you want to come to practice and then make those calls, I'll be more than happy to. Or if you want to call me and tell, I'll be more than happy to, because I'm not going to say it in front of everybody. But Jeremy did the right thing. Trey's got a job to do. Right now, we've got to get the same thing I've been saying, our two guards in a better position, and that's got to be my job. So I'm going to have to do a better job. So I'll close it because I'm getting a little upset. You don't get many opportunities to be the best. You got to beat the best. And you don't get many opportunities to do that. And today we had an opportunity in front of an electric crowd. I mean, unbelievable job they did. And we didn't get it done. So I can't be happy now. I can't say, well, we get to look at these things ahead. That's what tomorrows are for. Tomorrows are for those things. You look at it and you say, okay, you made this mistake. Coaching-wise, you made this mistake. Playing-wise, you made this mistake. Officiating, whatever the mistakes are, that's what you do tomorrow. Today, I'm just not one of those coaches that can come in here and be ecstatic when you had a 5-point lead with 10 minutes left to go in the game at home and we didn't win the game. And but I do give total respect to them, and the things I want to blame us for, I'll blame me first, and then I'll decide. So sorry if I, that was a tough game to lose. When over half the game or close to it, we were leading, and I just think had the opportunity to do the things that you dream about. We haven't been very good at home. We've beaten Duke on the road more than we beat them at home, and you don't get those chances very often. And again, give them credit. You can blame us for some of it. You can blame me, but give them credit, because they had their backs against the wall. They had a guy in foul trouble. They were a little fatigued, I thought, and they found a way to get it done. And that's the mark of a good coach and a player that can take over a game. And trust me when I say he's one of the best I've seen in a lot of years, because he's not as flashy and he's just, I'm a big fan. He'd get my vote. So I appreciate it, guys.